Hey, so I thought I would make another video about my TBP model because I want to try to explain it as concisely as possible. Okay, I'm somewhat winging this right now, but I'm going to see if I can pull it off. I should have had it already pulled up. Bear with me. Can't type for crap. Okay. So, here it is. Okay. Here we go. Tried to do this a number of days ago. I failed. Alright. The basis, let me just close my eyes. The basis of this model, central idea we could say, is that at the root of every psychopathology, mental disorder, is a false belief or set of false beliefs. And false belief or set of, well, there's a central false belief. Now, there may be multiple false beliefs, but there's one central false belief. And that false belief may first enter the mind or it may first enter the body. But regardless of which occurs, we could say the false belief inevitably eventually affects both the mind and body, because the mind and body are inextricably linked. And essentially, when this happens, the false belief starts affecting a person. It disrupts the chakra system because technically energy is everything. And so when the chakra system is disrupted, then the body's disrupted, because the chakra system is non-physical and the body is physical, but they both affect each other, right? And so constantly they both affect each other. And so that means that if one is disrupted, the other is inevitably disrupted. And so the result of this is that energy cannot flow naturally, and then the consequence of that is a psychopathology emerges. Okay, that was my best. That was my best. I don't know if that was 2 minutes or maybe longer, or 90 seconds. I couldn't really tell how long that was, but okay. Okay, now I'll zoom in a bit so you can read this. Okay, yeah, and trauma technically, yeah, but probably should have mentioned that. I mean, it's called the TBP model, which stands for trauma-based psychopathology model. Perhaps I should have mentioned that before at the beginning. I'll get better. Anyway, so, but it's all written out here. So, I guess another core idea of this model is that lies produce chaos, or something like chaos. I guess technically entropy is the more accurate term. And when entropy gets out of hand, well, essentially the psyche breaks. And so some sort of mental disorder, or psychopathology at least, emerges or occurs, I guess. Emerges. That's probably the best word for that. And so, and there's another idea I think worth mentioning too, which is that the human being, we might say, is fragile. We are fragile creatures, and that's okay. Because we're also resilient creatures. I mean, one only needs to look at history to see that this is true. I mean, I think it's self-evident, even if you're like me and you have a pretty low resolution, or, well, if you don't know much about history like me, even still, like, it's pretty self-evident. We've overcome a lot, a number of challenges, perhaps innumerable challenges, or at least many challenges, and like difficult challenges over the past, well, decades, centuries. I mean, so I think that's an important thing to keep in mind when it comes to this, because it is my conviction that every psychopathology is either curable or, hold on, I'm trying to think of, is there a word that's like remediable, remediable, like able to be remedied, something like that, or resolvable, maybe that's the word, resolvable. Yeah. So, and I have a number of reasons for believing this, and there's a number of reasons why I believe this so strongly, but I've talked about that in other videos, so I won't get into it here. So anyway, but yes, this is the model. I've revised it a number of times, several times. The original model it looked kind of similar to this, but I ended up making several changes, and I think I like how it looks now. Although, if you look closely, you can see some of the words. Yeah, like they're kind of blurry here. I'm not exactly sure how that happened. I forget, but I know I made it in Krita or Krita. I call it Krita. But yeah, some of the words are kind of blurry, but I mean, it's readable, so I don't care much, but I should probably try to make another version that's more higher resolution, like all the way throughout, I mean, yeah, so anyway. Oh, I know what it was. It was because I asked ChatGPT to make it more symmetrical, and then that's why. And then I don't know, when it was trying to make the words look, I don't know. When it was focused on aesthetics, I guess, and then it sacrificed, I guess, resolution. And anyway, sorry, I'm trying to figure that out. But anyway, so, but yeah, this is the model. As you can see, I created it about a month and a half ago, right? That's about right, a month and a half ago. Oh yeah, I'll say too, I've got, I mean, this is yellow. I put yellow here just because I think it's an important thing. This is red, and I've got red arrows here on kind of the body side of things, if that makes sense. Because, I mean, blood is kind of the hallmark of the body. That's not right. Blood is integral, I suppose, to the human body and the functioning of the organs and the entire body. And so, excuse me. And so that's why the arrows are red, and the arrows on the right side, which is kind of the side of the mind, I guess, are purple, because the crown chakra is purple, so, which has to do with understanding, essentially. And so I felt that was appropriate. So in the end, then, yeah, as you can see, of course, at the top we've got psychopathology. I just realized perhaps that should say a psychopathology. Yeah, that'd probably be better. I need to redo this again, but I'll do that at some point. Anyway, now here's the thing about this. Well, okay, so yeah, I may make some other changes too. I'm trying to think here. As you can see, I signed my name and date. Anyway, now I didn't come up with this or create this because I'm so smart, even though I am. I'm sorry, that's a reference to Vsauce, Michael Stevens. When he was like, he created like a spark. Wasn't it that? I think so. A spark from two balls that were made of steel. And he was like, now I'm not able to do this because I'm so strong, even though I am. So I just thought I would take that. And he said strong, so I was like, I'm going to do smart. I didn't create this because I'm so smart, even though I am. No, I mean, people say it, but whatever. But anyway, I mean, Nick Miller thinks I am. So does Sean Rona. And they're both definitely smart, so I don't know. But whatever. Who cares? I mean, it does matter, but, like, it's not the only thing that matters. That's for sure. I suppose that's fairly obvious, but I don't know. I guess some people do kind of get too caught up on it, probably including myself. And for me, it's mainly, gosh, I'm not trying to bet. Okay, it's supposed to be about this model. Come on, Brent, stay focused, stay on track. I know you're ADHD, but you got to stay focused. No, but real quick, I think for me, it's just like if I knew like exactly how smart I was, or if I had evidence that I was like, let's say, I mean, it's just unlikely due to sheer probability, but let's say in the top 0.1% of intelligence, I feel like I would take my life a lot more seriously if I knew that I was that smart. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I would. And I'd be like, well, I'd be a lot more careful with my time, I think, and just like what I do and what I dedicate my time to and my goals and how much I read and all of that, you know? So I guess that's why for me, sometimes I get kind of caught up on it, like just wondering. Not really often. Like I used to do it more. Now I don't really think about it much, except when someone calls me an idiot, and then I think, am I an idiot? Because I have thought that several times before, especially when I was a kid in high school. Anyway, but whatever. I'm gonna drop the topic right now. So yeah, but yeah. Okay. I think that's it. I just want to make another video about this. I think this is my shortest video about my TBP model. So hopefully, maybe it'll get more views. Please, God, let this go viral or help this go viral. Please, God. I mean, it would be nice. It would be great, but it's not going to happen. Like, it's not going to go viral. Like, it might get 1,000 views or something, or a few hundred, but it's not going to go viral. Or is it? Dun, 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 dun. Wait, what is it? QV sauce intro music. What is it? How does it go? No, hold on, that's not it. I don't know. Anyway, all right. I'm gonna go mess around on my piano. It's been a minute since I've done that. Maybe try to learn a song or the first part of a song, maybe. Anyway, all right. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. God bless. All right. God bless. Bye. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Boom.